Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel AI Discoveries. So today I'll be talking about the continuation of RAG chatbot. So in the previous video what we have done is like we have created the embeddings and stored into the vector database. Now what we are doing is we are going to create a chatbot using the Streamlit that is mainly used for the creating a UI, and then after that I'll be loading the model, which is model, and along with the data stored in the vector database, and then I'll be querying to the document. So let's go to the Visual Studio Code and we can see how the codings are there. So let's start with the requirement.txt. So as I already mentioned in the previous video, so these are the libraries which is required for our implementation using RAG chatbot. So these are the PDF, PyPDF for the reading the PDF file, for size, CPU for the storing the vector database, Langchain obviously we are using for our prompting and obviously creating the embedding. So this is the framework which act as a wrapper for the LLM, and the Langchain committee. These are the different libraries of the Langchain. We are actually importing it, and this Ubicon is basically used for running fast API, but as of now we are keeping it. This is for the later videos. And the pandas is basically for when we are storing our data vector databases. We are kind of we wanted to read the vector databases, so we are using the pandas to display our vector data into that as a data frame. So that is the required. Now let's come to the loading the model, and along with the loading facade vector database, and then how we can actually query on that topic. So let's start with that. So obviously we are having, these are the libraries which we are using it. This is the Langchain schema runnable pass through, and this is basically kind of taking the input which is act as a wrapper provided by the Langchain for taking the input, and it's kind of taking the input and setting the parameter for the LLM. So this is the one parameters for the input. Str output is basically how we are providing the output. This is basically set by the Langchain. So they are saying that we need to take the input, and the Langchain will pass the output in this str parser function, and this will convert the object into the txt document so that we can use it. Now this is the Langchain prompt. This is the prompt template where we are applying our prompt for querying the vector database, and this is the vector database Langchain vector store where the FAISS is used. This is basically used for loading the database for so that we can actually, after loading that, we can perform the query on it. And obviously this is the OpenAI embeddings and OpenAI. So OpenAI embeddings and OpenAI will be used for our to querying. The OpenAI will be used. Let's suppose we are providing your words to what is generative AI. So in that case, OpenAI embeddings will be using to convert your embeddings into vector data, and then after that, using the OpenAI, it will be performing using their intelligence. They will be performing the comparison and providing your answer. So and this is one, and this is the logger. We are basically logging using we have created the logger function so that we can log what is the input, what is the query we are giving it, and what is the if let's suppose if error is there, so that we can capture it. You can keep your logging or not, it depends on you, but just for I have implemented it, I just wanted to showcase that. Now this is the secret. I am opening it now. Here in the OpenAI, what I'm doing is I'm just using the os.environment. I'm just loading the OpenAI key so that I can pass the key to the LLM. and this is the shape 2. This is the shape 2 is basically where the vector data is stored. If you see here, this is the data, it is getting stored in the name of the embeddings. So that is one. And now embeddings, I'm initializing, creating an object of OpenAI embeddings, and this is the model which is got passed, and this is the object of the first eye where I'm loading the vector data. So if you see here, this is the vector data location, this is the embedding which we have created it. And allowed dangerous serialization is basically used for when we are passing some sort of different type of data, and we wanted to deserialize that. In that case, we require this allowed dangerous deserialization true. So that is one. So we have object of vector db, and we have the object of embeddings. Now what we need to do is we need to retrieve the data. So what is the concept behind the RAG chatbot is? So first of all, we need to create the embeddings. So how we are creating the embedding is we are loading the data, creating into chunks, then creating the vector data, and then storing into the db. That is how we have kept our database. Now to perform the chat, what we are doing is we need to first take the user input. Now once we're taking the user input, what we are going to do is we are going to load the vector db and perform the similarity search. Now with the similarity search, it will here there are two parameters are there. What we are doing is similarity search we are doing it, and this what I if this when you are performing the similarity search, it will return multiple multiple rows of data. So what is that data we are going to pick so that we can fetch the answer from it? So we are setting k value is 2. It means it will pick first two documents from where we will be fetching our answers. So that's why we are setting as a 2. We can keep it 1, or we can keep it as 3, whatever you wanted to pick it. But obviously it will pick the data from the top 2. Now this is the retriever, and this is the format function we have used is for formatting our data, like the page content which we are getting it, we are setting as a one content. So that is one function we have used it. Now this is the process conversation function where the conversation process will start it. So what I'm doing is I'm just initializing LLM model, and in the LLM model, this is OpenAI LLM model, and in the model, what is the model I'm defined it? The temperature and the max retries we need to define it. So the temperature and the max, the parameter about the temperature and other, there are top p, top k, other parameters are there. I'll be explaining in a different video. So but yeah, this is the parameter we need to set it as of now. And this is the template. So this is the prompt we need to provide it. You can prompt in any way, like this is my way of providing the prompt, like you are the AI assistant expert analyzing in the Word PDF document and providing in the context. So this is what we have provided as a prompt. So I'm just defining the LLM to act in that way, and this is the context I'm providing it. It's something like the data retrieved from the this as a similarity search we are getting it. This is the context I'm providing, and this is the question which is the input, what user has provided the input as input. This is the input I'm passing it. So now once I created a template, I'll be passing to the prompt template. So this is the prompt template object, and from prompt template function we are passing this template. Now everything is ready. What I need to do is I just need to invoke the chain. So what is the chain is basically kind of a running sequentially and perform the activities. So here we have the retriever. Once I get the retriever top 2 data, I'm making the as a one content, and I'm taking this question, the input from the user, and then I'm passing to the RAG prompt, and then using the intelligence of LLM, I'll be fetching the response, and then I'm passing the response to the str out parser. Once the parser is provided answer, it will give you the response out of it based on the input. Now how we are going to invoke is like, we have this RAG chain setup. Now with using the RAG chain, we just need to invoke with user input. Now whatever the user input, it will get passed to here, retrieve the answer, format it, RAG prompt, it will pass to the every parameters we have fetched it, and then using the intelligence of LLM, we are extracting the answer, and then similarly passing to the output parser. Now what we are doing is, we are just logging the variables like user input, and what is the response we have got it. This is a positive scenario where we are getting the response, and this is the format we are doing it. And this is the exception. Basically what we are doing is, when we are having any exception, it will also take what is the input and what is the exception response it is coming. So that is how it will give that. So it basically print that if something went wrong, and then if something other exceptions are there, then log variables are getting invoked. And this is how you are kind of running that, uh, like I just need to run it. So obviously this is what, with respect to the chat prompting with respect to the LLM. Now let me execute this code. So let me just um, open that. So this is one. So everything is, I'll just have transferred over here. So it is just one by one I just provided it. So I just need to run that. So let me just run that, save it. I just need, here I have provided my input, so I just need to just provide first I embed, not embedding, first I RAG chat. So once I run that, it is basically loading it, and then it will provide me the answer. So let's run that. So here you can see, here it is, the retriever tag is opened, it fetches the document, what are the document, and it is providing the 3.1 percentage. So what was the question? It was the reply, what is the percentage of core inflation? So if you, I have already opened that document. So if you see here, this is the core inflation rate, it is extracted from here. So this is how we run the we load the model and perform the query on top of it. So in the next video, what I'll be creating as a API and provide as a serving, so that I can showcase into this chatbot, and for the time being I can showcase into Streamlit. So let me just comment that, and let me take you to the Streamlit. So Streamlit, basically what I'm doing it, I'm just creating the session for the session state for the messages, so that I can get the initial hi, how are you, and this is the session state I'm maintaining it, and I'm setting the role for the user and the for the assistant, and then I'm calling my function over here. So this is here in the function, if you see here, this is my function process conversation, and I'm just calling it and I'll be performing. So let me run this first. So Streamlit run first I, so it will run that. So if you see here, it is, as I've run that Streamlit. So basically it is just for creating RAG chatbot. So if you can see here, this is the some sort of chatbot interface, where I can see that this is the title of the what is the chatbot, and this is the initial message I have given that. So let me just give that what is inflation, what is inflation rate in India. So once I provide that, so it will go to the LLM and it will kind of load the data vector database, perform the perform the activity, perform the similarity search, and then after that it will extract the information from there. So if you can see, yes, India's inflation continues to be low, stable, and moving toward the 4% target. So if you can see here inflation, India's inflation rate continues to be low and target to the 4%. So this is how we perform the chat on the RAG. So this is how. So even I can say that, let me just copy that. What is the I have provided the input. What is the percentage of inflation? So let me just give that. So let me, if I give that, so again it will go and load the data from the vector db and fetch the data. So yeah, it will give that. So it is given 3.1 percentage of the core inflation. So yeah guys, this is how we perform the LLM query on the document. So yeah, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And obviously it is taking a lot of effort to create this video, so please do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, and please comment if you have any queries. I'll be there to help you out. Thank you.